Pronunciation.
Pronunciation Pro.
Pronunciation Pro.
Hi.
Hi, Vishal.
Hi, Annie. How are you?
So good. I'm glad you're here. Okay, how can I best help you today?
Actually, I'm currently preparing for the IELTS exam, so I'm not sure whether
Okay.
you can give me specific advice on IELTS or not. But I just need your help in identifying my major two or three weaknesses so that I can particularly focus on that and
Mm-hmm.
improve.
Okay, so when do you have the test coming up?
In 6 weeks, I think.
6 weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. So I'm not an expert in the test, in that test and the structure of it, but I have talked with other teachers who kind of do that and have worked on with some students a little bit, but really when it's something that's coming in so fast. So like we said, we're doing kind of a marathon, not a sprint here. But when someone was preparing like for an interview or a test of some sort where we really need to bring out the best in their English, a lot of times it comes down to mindset training and kind of helping with that confident mindset and the 3 easy tips. Okay, so when we slow down, we move our mouth and speak up, that brings the most drastic improvement the fastest. Okay.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So when you're preparing for this, you're obviously going to be practicing like practice questions and kind of, getting into the mode there. So I always say, okay, when you're practicing, if you can just remember, slow down, move your mouth, and speak up. Okay, that's all we're really thinking of in terms of just how we're shaping the sounds in our mouth. So we're doing that, and so that's part of it. But then also the mindset training is really being able to kind of latch on to some empowering thoughts as you go into this training. So if you go into the test being like, oh, I'm never going to pass this, I'm not good enough in my English, I don't know enough, that's going to lead to lower confidence and lower results in that testing format. Okay. So
Yeah.
you really being able to go into it saying, I've prepared well, I've been speaking English for a long time, really kind of, and if it helps, listing out on a piece of paper just some really empowering thoughts. I'm really proud of the way that I speak English and how much I've learned over the last however many years, and
Yeah.
I'm really excited about going into this test and being able to show how much I've improved. There's the ways that we can kind of shape our thoughts that bring more excitement and more confidence and more positive energy into that situation, that's going to then when we're coming from a better mindset like that, it just flows. The English is going to flow so much better. Okay, so
Yeah.
tell me, what are some empowering thoughts for you kind of going into this that you could potentially be, start practicing going into this test?
Okay, so for me, the most empowering thought is I'll particularly speaking test is just a good conversation with a friend, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
worried about it because I have I think two or three attempts, and in the last attempt I got 6.5 bands, and my requirement is only 7 band. So I
Oh,
was
good.
just a point 0.5 band away from my desired score. So
Oh,
this
good.
time I want to I want to prepare well. I want to focus on my weaknesses. In particularly, pronunciation is 25% of total score in speaking module. So my
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary is up to the mark. My grammar is okay. So particularly, I need to focus on pronunciation, and pronunciation and fluency go hand in hand. So I thought that if I put some focus on these two areas, then I can definitely secure my desired score in my next attempt.
Awesome. That is power right here. I feel that power in your voice. I feel when you showed up in that way and you were expressing that, there was so much more clarity in the way you were speaking, and moving your mouth and speaking up, and so that's going to make a big difference. So 6 weeks is a lot of time to get a lot of repetition and practice in your pronunciation. So going through the lessons and really being able to practice that, the TH sound I want you to practice, and the vowels, the vowels and the TH are probably going to make the biggest difference. You can, and the R, the R's, kind of smoothing out those R's are going to make those the biggest difference. So if I'd say, if you're going to focus on anything, focus on those 3 things and just get a lot of repetition and practice with it, and build that strength in your mouth and the way that you're speaking. But then when you're going into the lesson and going into the test, 3 easy tips. That's all you got to remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you try and think, TH and vowels and everything like that, no, that's for practice. That's for the practice time and doing that repetition. But when it's time for the test, you focus on those 3 easy tips, and that's going to make the biggest difference for you. Okay?
Yeah, I completely agree, because I have a tendency that I speak so fast when I am worried or when I am nervous. And I have observed this during my previous attempts. So definitely space is one of the tips from these 3 tips, and I will definitely try to work on that.
Perfect. Yeah, and if I even if we're going to break it down to just one, I'd say slow down, because when we slow down, we usually move our mouth more and speak up more. So just focusing on slowing down is going to make the biggest difference. Yep.
Definitely.
Okay, Vishal, I'm excited for you. That's going to be really fun to get the score that you're looking for, because I know you're going to be able to do it.
Sure. I will definitely share you my desired score within 6 weeks.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you so much,
Perfect. All right, Vishal.
Your voice is important and needs to be heard. If you're ready to speak English clearly and with greater confidence, I invite you to start your free 7-day trial at pronunciationpro.com.